Hi guys, it's Ryan with Maxifab again. This time I'm going to show you how to build the XY with motor corner piece. This is yet another sub-assembly. The only difference being I don't have a belt pulley handy to install on here, so I can't show you that. But it's pretty simple. You simply get this centered in and mounted, and then you put 2 screws. Truthfully speaking, we originally used really nice little socket caps M3s, and they were really nice, but they were a pain in the ass to get started. So we don't do that anymore. Now they're just good old-fashioned Phillips head, which we can attach with a standard Phillips head magnetic tip screwdriver, which, again, as you can see, can still be a little bit of a pain in the ass. You'll have to excuse my French. I'm a grown man and I'm not used to having kids around, so I don't consider my language anymore.
Get in there.
Get in there. There we go. And before you tighten this down, you want to make sure you have this you want to have this as centered as you can before you really crank them down. And I'm only going to install 2 because in the interest of time, but you will get 4 screws for every motor. You won't use them all, but you will have them if you need them. That's for part 1. You have your motor installed. Next, just like on the XYZ corner, you have 2 posts here. These, however, you have to put in both bearings. Like that. And once again, you start by hand threading the your M3 by 10s, M3 by 10 millimeter into the bearing hole cover. Just to make your life a little easier. And once you have that in place, you can start screwing them in. With a belt pulley that mounts on the motor, you would attach that to the motor first and then slide that in through the hole. I mean, that hole is oversized enough that it will just fit. I don't know if you can see that, but there is quite a lot of space there. Well, you get this screwed down, and this is a complete XY with motor mount. You'll get plenty of screws to mount everything to the walls again, but on these particular pieces, I would use as many as you can. Either 3 on one side, 2 on the other, or vice versa. The corner ones can be a little tough to try and fit screws and nuts in right next to each other because the nuts stick out a little bit. But that is your assembled XY with motor mount.